Nah. I need everybody to stop what you're doing right now and hear what I'm about to tell you. Because the President of the United States on Easter Sunday posted a message threatening to bomb Iran, cussing like he's in a bar fight, and then ended it, and I need y'all to really hear this. He ended it with, "Praise be to Allah." I'm going to say that one more time. The President, Easter Sunday, dropped F-bombs on Iran, then said, "Praise be to Allah," on the holiest day in the Christian calendar, from the man who's been waving a Bible around for votes since 2015. Now, I don't know what's going on in that White House right now, but I know what this looks like, and it don't look right. It don't smell right. And every single person in this country, Republican, Democrat, Independent, I don't care what you are, should be asking the same question I'm asking right now. Is this man okay? And I'm not being funny. I'm not. I'm asking a real question. Because this ain't normal behavior. This ain't, look, I've disagreed with every president we've had since I've been old enough to vote. Every single one. But ain't none of them ever posted something like this. Not Bush, not Clinton, not Obama, not Biden, nobody. This is something different, and everybody can feel it. But here's the part that's gonna make your blood boil. Because the tweet ain't even the worst part. Stay with me. See, while y'all was coloring Easter eggs and going to church, the White House called what they call a lid on Saturday. Now, for those that don't know, a lid means the president ain't making no more public appearances for the day. That's it. Done. Lights out. And when that happened, the rumors started flying. Walter Reed, hospitalization. Something's wrong with the president. Now, the White House came out and denied it. Said he was working. Said everything was fine. And then Sunday comes and he posts that. So let me get this straight. You were so healthy and so sharp that you decided to curse out a sovereign nation on Easter and throw in "Praise be to Allah" at the end. That's your proof that everything's fine? Man, that ain't proof. That's evidence. That's evidence that something ain't right. And y'all know what started trending after that tweet? The 25th Amendment, Section 4. Google it if you don't know. But I'm going to break it down for you real quick. That's the part of the Constitution that says if the president can't do his job, if he is unfit, the vice president and the cabinet can step in and say, "We taking over." That's the emergency glass. You break it when the building is on fire. Now, I ain't saying we there yet, but I am saying this. When the American people are Googling whether their president is mentally fit on Easter Sunday, that tells you where we at. That tells you the temperature of this country right now. And it ain't good. But wait. Because I ain't even got to the real part yet. See, in that same tweet, between the cussing and the "praise be to Allah," Trump threatened to hit Iran's power plants and their bridges. He called it, and these are his words, not mine, he called it Power Plant Day and Bridge Day. Like it's a holiday. Like he's naming a sale at the furniture store. Power Plant Day. Come on now. Come on. Do y'all understand what that means? He's talking about bombing civilian infrastructure, power plants, the things that keep the lights on in people's homes, the things that keep hospitals running, the things that keep a baby's incubator working in the middle of the night. He's talking about plunging an entire country of 90 million people into darkness. And he gave it a cute little name, like it's a party. Now hold on. Let me do something I do on this channel. Let me run the flip test on this one. Close your eyes. Imagine Barack Obama on Christmas Day posted a message full of F-bombs threatening to bomb a country and then ended it with "Praise be to Allah." I want you to imagine what Fox News would do. Sean Hannity would have had a stroke on live television. Lindsey Graham would have had impeachment papers printed before the eggnog got cold. They would have called it treason. They would have called it proof that Obama was a secret Muslim. Remember that? They ran that lie for 8 years. But now their guy actually writes "Praise be to Allah" on Easter. Crickets. And you know why? because it was never about the words. It was never about the religion. It was always about the power. And that right there tells you everything you need to know about these people. Now let me bring this home. Let me bring this to your kitchen table, because I know what some of y'all thinking. Curtis, who cares about a tweet? I got bills to pay. And you right. You absolutely right. So let's talk about them bills. Gas is $4.11 a gallon right now. $4. You remember when Trump promised y'all cheap gas? You remember that? Drill, baby, drill. Well, where's the drilling now? Because last time I checked, the Strait of Hormuz, that's the waterway where 20% of the world's oil goes through. That thing been closed since February. And what's Trump doing about it? He ain't negotiating. He ain't making deals. He's posting tweets, cussing tweets at midnight on Easter. You want to know what oil is going for right now? $110 a barrel, 110. And analysts, the people whose job it is to watch this stuff, they saying if Hormuz stays closed and Trump follows through on this power plant day nonsense, we looking at $150 a barrel. You know what that means for you? $6 a gallon, maybe $7. Your grocery bill going up another 30%. That flight you booked for summer just got $100 more expensive. And the man who's supposed to be fixing this is posting praise be to Allah at midnight. Does that make you feel like somebody's got a handle on things? Because it don't make me feel that way, not one bit. And I gotta bring this up because I talked about it right here on this channel just 2 days ago. The pilot, remember? The F-15E that went down over Iran? 2 crew members. One got rescued right away. The other one, the weapons systems officer, was missing. Lost in the mountains of Iran, running for his life. For 36 hours, this young man was hiding in enemy territory while the most powerful military on earth tried to find him. And you know how they got him out? The CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, had to run a whole deception campaign. They had to spread fake information inside Iran to throw the Iranians off his trail. They had to use Pavehawk helicopters, MC-130J special ops planes, Reaper drones, dozens of aircraft, just to save one airman. And thank God they did. Thank God that young man is alive. But here's what I need y'all to sit with. I told y'all. I said it right here on this channel 2 days ago. I said this war is putting our people in danger, and it did. That boy spent 36 hours in the Iranian mountains because of decisions made in Washington. Because somebody in a suit decided it was time to play tough. And now we celebrating a rescue that should have never needed to happen. We celebrating getting a man out of a fire that we started. How does that make sense? And while that boy was running through the mountains, Trump was tweeting. Let that marinate for a second. Now here's where it gets real. Because Trump gave a deadline, Tuesday, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. He said if Iran don't open the strait by then, it's power plant day, bridge day, all wrapped up in one. That's a quote. Those are his words from his own platform. So what happens now? And I'm being dead serious because there's only a few ways this goes and none of them are good. If he follows through, if he actually hits those power plants and bridges, that's 90 million people without electricity. Hospitals go dark. Water plants stop running. And here's the part nobody on Fox News is going to tell you. International law says bombing civilian infrastructure is a war crime. That ain't Curtis talking. That's the Geneva Convention. And if you think the rest of the world is going to sit back and watch America commit war crimes on live television, you got another thing coming. Russia, China, they waiting for us to trip. They want us to cross that line because the second we do, every alliance we got starts crumbling. If he don't follow through, if Tuesday comes and goes and nothing happens, then what was the point? You just showed the entire world that America's word don't mean nothing. You drew a line, you cussed everybody out on Easter, and then you back down. Iran wins, and they know it. And the third option, the one I'm praying for, is that somebody behind the scenes is working on a deal. Egypt, Pakistan, Turkey, somebody, because there's talk of a 45-day ceasefire proposal floating around, but ain't nobody confirmed nothing. And when you got a president posting praise be to Allah at midnight, I ain't exactly confident that the adults are running the show. I'm old enough to remember the Cuban Missile Crisis. I was a little boy, but I remember the feeling. I remember my mama's face. I remember the fear in the room. And y'all, I'm telling you, what I'm feeling right now reminds me of that. Not because the bombs are the same, but because the chaos is the same. The feeling that nobody's driving this thing, that the man with his hand on the wheel ain't looking at the road. That's where we at, y'all. We got a president cussing on Easter and praising Allah in the same sentence. We got pilots getting shot down and rescued by CIA tricks. We got $4 gas and climate. We got the 25th Amendment trending on Google. We got a deadline tomorrow that can either start a war crime or prove to the whole world that America is bluffing. And somewhere in America right now, somebody's kid can't afford the gas to get to school. Somebody's grandmama is choosing between groceries and medicine. And the man who was supposed to fix all of this, the man who said, I alone can fix it, that man is posting profanity on social media at midnight on Easter Sunday, punctuated with praise be to Allah. Run that back. Say that again slowly and tell me we're okay. Tell me this is fine. Because I got 63 years of living that says this ain't fine. And I don't think anybody with common sense believes it is. This ain't about Democrat or Republican anymore. This is about common sense. This is about whether the president of the United States is fit to lead. And right now, the evidence ain't looking good. If you agree with me, share this video because they counting on you not paying attention. They counting on you watching basketball and forgetting about the straight and the pilot and the tweet. Don't let them. That's straight talk. I'm Curtis Banks, and I ain't done talking. Not by a long shot.